Good afternoon, fans, and welcome to Augie Schmidt Field for today's game between the Marian University Sabres and the Carthage College Firebirds. Let's meet today's starting lineups. First, for the visiting Sabres, leading off and playing shortstop, number 23, George Hawes Jr. Batting second and playing second base, number 2, Lucas Lemon. Batting third and playing right field, number 19, Jason Sims. Batting fourth and playing catcher, number 7, Brody Nolan. Batting fifth in the DH, number 12, Connor Schrader. Batting sixth and playing third base, number 18, Zach Ennis. Batting seventh and 35, Max Mullane. Batting playing left, number 40, Ryan O'Toole. Batting ninth and playing center field, number 25, Aiden Kahneman. The starting pitcher for Marian is number 15, Sean Severson. The head coach for Marian is Jordan Badinger. He is assisted by Brian Burgett, Caleb Domes, Gus Walker, Taylor Middow, Joe Millone, and Robbie Knorr. And now the starting lineup for your Carthage College Firebirds. Leading off and playing shortstop, number 17, Michael Ozenfort. Batting second and playing left field, number 9, Dylan Stone. Batting third and playing right field, number 37, Xander Tubbs. Batting fourth in the DH, number 11, Joe Zuliger. Batting fifth and playing second base, number 5, Caden Meyer. Batting sixth and playing catcher, number 34, Dawson Gaynor. Batting seventh and playing third base, number 8, Paul Reedy. Batting eighth and playing first base, number 18, Matt Pinsky. Batting ninth and playing center field, number 1, Jimmy Hargett. The starting pitcher for the Firebirds is number 30, Henry. The head coach for Carthage is John LeQuay. He is assisted by John Hasser, Joe Stevens, Ethan Engelfried, and Jacob Delabio. Fans, at this time we ask that you please rise and remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, get your cups of hot cocoa ready. We've got one for you here at Augie Schmidt Field. 32 degrees at game time. Carthage College Firebirds versus the Marian University Sabres. I am Andrew Czysz Jr. Pleased to be on the call once again for Carthage Baseball live on the CCIW network, powered by Huddle. We'll get into the defensive alignment for Carthage and the batting order for Marian University here shortly. But for both of these teams, 7 wins on the season. As we look at the Carthage defensive alignment presented by Doctors of Physical Therapy, Carthage head coach by John LeQuay. At pitcher, we will have Henry Kalmus today. Catcher Dawson Gaynor. In the infield, Matty Gapinski at first. Caden Meyer at second. Paul Reedy third. Ozenfort at the shortstop position. In the outfield, left field will be commanded by Dylan Stone, Jimmy Herget managing center field, and Xander Tubbs at right. And we'll take a look at the batting order for the Marian University Sabres, presented by Pullman Auto Stores. And as we look at the batting order here, Brody Nolan popping eyes with a .333 batting average, and players to watch as well: Lucas Lemons, Jason Sims, George Haas Jr. All these names are going to be ones that you will hear a lot on this broadcast, as Marian University has been solid on their season. Although they are 7-12, they had two gritty conference wins against Edgewood on March 31st, in which they won Game 2 and they lost Game 1. Game 2 is a 6-4 victory. And that Jason Sims had a terrific game, going 2 for 3 with 3 RBI. As we look at today's pitcher for the Firebirds, Henry Kalmus. ERA of .476 on the season. He has had 5 appearances up to this point. This is his first start on the season. He's pitched 5 2/3 innings with 7 hits allowed, 3 runs allowed, all of them earned runs, 4 walks, and 7 strikeouts. So some opportunity for Henry Kalmus to get Carthage going in the right direction here. The last time they were at home was on March 28th, in which North Central came to town for Game 3 to wrap up a CCIW series in which NCC got the sweep against Carthage. They beat them here at Augie Schmidt Field 20-6, and that was in large part thanks to players such as Jackson Bland, who got them started early with a 2-run homer in the first, and Tubbs would have a response in the bottom of the first. Then in the second, Paul Reedy would score Eric Fugit Jr. and Caden Meyer after Pate Diaz, the first baseman for North Central, had an error. And Ozin Ford added an RBI, sacrifice fly for a 4-2 lead after that second inning. But then North Central put together a lot of runs in the third inning, which helped them win that game. But we are underway here in real time in the frigid conditions here at Augie Schmidt Field, 32 degrees. So hopefully everybody has their hot cocoa ready and ready to support Division III baseball. Carthage representing the CCIW, and Marian University representing the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference. And batting first, George Haas Jr. for Marian University. Haas Jr. is a sophomore of Coal Valley, Illinois. Moline high school graduate. Kalmus trying to put it down the middle, but it'll be ruled ball, so 1 ball, 1 strike. For Haas Jr. on the season, batting average of .250 heading into this one, making his 10th start on the season. Checks his swing there, just lets the ball go. We'll take the favorable count, 2-1. And up to this point, Haas has 4 runs, 5 hits out of 20 at-bats. It's ball 3. George Haas looking for a walk, potentially here. Haas Jr. currently 18th in the NACC in on-base percentage with .464. And he will be awarded a walk. Kalmus walks his first batter today, that being George Haas Jr. And it brings on Lucas Lemons, the second baseman. Junior out of Albuquerque. Sandia Prep High School graduate. And in the Game 1 loss against Edgewood, he recorded 1 RBI and 1 walk, as Sabres can really do much against high-powered offensive Edgewood in that Game 1. But in Game 2, they found some success with Jason Sims. Their center fielder is George Haas trying to steal a base there. He's safe going to second. Kalmus would look to reset here. Counts 2 ball, no strikes. Watching Haas Jr. as well. swing and a ball that went out of fair territory. So I'll make that strike one. On the season for Lemons, a batting average of 258, making his 20th start. 17 hits, 66 at-bats, 17 runs as well, 10 RBI. So it's been pretty productive on the team. He actually leads the team in runs. There's a bunt. Couldn't quite execute it the way he wanted to, though. So that'll make it a 2-ball, 2-strike count. George Haas a few inches away from second. You're looking to steal third right away here. He's looking to do it. And he's safe. Is Paul Reedy. And to reach out to corral that ball. And as a result, George Haas speedy enough. Meanwhile, that happened. Lucas Lemons struck out by Henry Calmus. And now it is Jason Sims playing right field today for the Sabres. Camus in there for strike one, and for Jason Sims in particular. 2 for 3, 3 RBI, 1 walk, and 1 sacrifice fly against Edgewood on March 31st, that being the game 2 where they won 6-4. An error also helped Marian University take that win against Edgewood. This count is 1 ball, 1 strike with George Haas over at third. Sabres trying to get on the board early here. Trying to maybe build on a win streak. On a 1-game win streak so far. Reedy, fielder's choice. Goes to Kapinski, and as a result, George Haas Jr. will score the first run for Marian University.
Now batting for the Sabres, catcher number 7, Brody Nolan.
That's just superb base running out of George Haas Jr. He stole 2 bases to get himself to home. Now batting for the Sabres, Brody Nolan, their catcher. Brody Nolan recorded an RBI in the latest contest that Marian University was a part of, that being that Edgewood doubleheader. On the season for Nolan, a batting average of .333, making his 2nd start on the season. He's only had 6 at-bats, so not too much playing time. Registered 2 hits. That might be a third, and it will be. Right down center and past second base. It's a beauty.
Now batting for the Sabres, DH number 12.
As Brody Nolan records his 3rd hit on the season. Comes at a good time for the Sabres. Brings on Connor Schroeder. Schroeder is a freshman player on the Sabres team. And on the season, a batting average of .286, making his 11th start. 10 hits out of 35 at-bats, 3 doubles, 7 RBI. Stolen base again for Marian University. And this time it'll be Brody Nolan that does it. So a few stolen bases here in the opening frame for the Sabres have become beneficial and actually produced a run. So Marian University finding success in the stolen bases department. Taking advantage of some jumpiness there. What a hit there toward right. It's a good single, but it'll turn into a run batted in, as well as Brody Nolan will score the 2nd run for Marian University, as Connor Schroeder gets his way to first base after a beautiful hit toward right field. And Carthage unable to secure the third out after that hit. And as a result, Brody Nolan scoring for Marian University, so it'll be 2-0 with 2 outs against the Sabres here. Again, this is a non-conference game, and last time these two teams played each other was on March 9th, 2020, down in Tucson, Arizona, in which Carthage won 13-10. And 2020 seems like a lifetime ago, as the COVID-19 pandemic was roaring through the globe, and that was a terrible time for everybody. And fast forward 6 years later, and we're here, and these two teams playing each other once more. Kapinski almost dropping that one. He reaches the base before his batter does, that being Ennis. Zach Ennis, that is. And Carthage escapes the top of the first. And will look to put on some runs on the bottom of the first after Marian University found some success with George Haas Jr. and Brody Nolan. RBIs coming from Jason Sims and Connor Schroeder. On the mound for the Sabres will be Sean Severson. We'll look at the defensive alignment for Marian University, presented by Doctors of Physical Therapy. For pitching, we have George Haas Jr. That's not George Haas Jr. Lucas Lemons at catcher. Infield, Jason Sims at first. Brody Nolan at second. Connor Schroeder third. Zach Ennis at the shortstop position. In the outfield, Max Mullane at left field, Ryan O'Toole in center field, and Aiden Canaman, in right field. Firebirds batting order presented by Pullman Auto Stores. As we look at these statistics, Joe Zuliger with a .397 batting average. He's been on fire so far this season, as well as Xander Tubbs, who leads the team in home runs with 5. Michael Ozenfort coming into his own as a freshman on this team, batting average of .343. He's having a solid campaign himself as well, as he leads the team in runs with 19, and he's been hit by a pitch the most times, 5. So hopefully he's been iced up after he's been hit by so many pitches. And number 15, that will be Sean Severson, starting at pitcher for Marian University. 4 appearances on the season so far. 4 innings pitched, 9 hits allowed, 5 runs allowed, 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. So not a lot of playing time, but first start on the season for Severson. His first batter will be Michael Ozenfort. The freshman shortstop out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, high school graduate. As previously mentioned, .343 batting average for Ozenfort. He's got 23 hits on the season, 7 doubles as well. So a very, very solid campaign that Michael Ozenfort is putting together. Taking over the shortstop role that Colin Callahan had last season. That's a fly ball that'll be collected by the second baseman, Lucas Lemons.
Left fielder number 9, Dylan Stone.
We're actually playing a catcher today for Marian University is Brody Nolan. Dylan Stone up to bat. Sophomore out of Winfield, Illinois. Going to get things going here. Severson, strike 1. For Stone on the season, batting average of .275, making his 21st start. 22 hits this season, 15 runs. That ball is fouled off. Maybe a 0-2 count between Severson and Stone. Additionally, Stone has 10 RBI, 27 total bases, slugging percentage of .338. Severson, Stone towards left field, and that won't have a chance to drop. So it is collected in the left field by Ryan O'Toole.
Right fielder number 37, Xander Tubbs.
And here is Xander Tubbs. and who leads the Firebirds in several categories, and he's actually tied in second in triples with 3 in the CCIW, tied third in home runs with 5. Leads the team in slugging percentage with 644, hits 30, RBI 25, triples 3, home runs 5, total bases 56, and at-bats 87. So that goes to show you, ladies and gentlemen, Xander Tubbs is a high-profile player on this Carthage Firebirds team, alongside his designated hitter, Joe Zuliger, who we will see as he is top of the due-up. Xander Tubbs, a hit towards right, and that'll be collected by Jason Sims. So a quick bottom of the first for the Firebirds, as they were not able to register a hit here, and good fielding job out of the Marian University Sabres as they hold on to a 2-0 lead as we enter the second inning here. Marian University 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and Carthage no runs, no hits, and no errors. So we'll see how this game develops over time here. Marian University had so much success with stolen bases in that opening frame. You saw George Haas Jr. steal 2 bases, stealing second, stealing third, and then going home after a hit to right field by Connor Schroeder before the inning was over. Registered as an RBI single. So far, Marian University has found some success in both the hitting department as well as the stealing of bases. For Carthage, a major adjustment for them going forward is going to have to be quicker to these bases whenever the ball is in play. Got to flip it to the guy who's near the base as fast as possible, because you know now that Marian University has some speedsters like George Haas Jr. to worry about. So far today for Henry Calmoose, 23 pitches, 2 hits, 2 runs allowed, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. 6 batters faced. Severson only had to throw 9 pitches in that opening frame. So definitely have the fresher arm as this contest continues. Batting now for Marian University is Max Mullane, the freshman out of Waukesha, Wisconsin. Waukesha, Wisconsin high school graduate. Mullane looking to go left, but that one fouled off. And for the Sabres so far, they're not afraid to launch the ball deep if they have to and get a base hit out of it. Mullane checks his swing. That'll be ball 1. For Mullane on the season, batting average of 111. He's making his 8th start today. 2 hits out of 18 at-bats and 2 total bases. Not a lot of statistical remnants there, but there we go. There's a hit for Max Mullane. That'll be his 3rd hit of the season. As he slides that one right between Gopinski and Caden Meyer towards that right field line. Batting now for the Sabres, Ryan O'Toole, the junior out of Galena, Illinois. Warren High School graduate. A swing and a miss. It'll be a strike. As Max Mullane situates himself at first base with Matty Gopinski behind him. That's another hit. Another clean one for the Sabres, as Ryan O'Toole races his way to first base. And making his way all the way to third is Max Mullane. No outs against them so far, so the Sabres are playing with house money at this point, trying to get more runs on the board and ideally try to get out of here with a victory in these cold conditions here. As we said at the top of the broadcast, 32 degrees for a game time temperature the month of April. Everybody thought we were done with cold weather. A bunt there. And that will be a run scored by Max Mullane. As Kahneman credited for the bunt, and he made his way to first base while doing so.
George Hawes Jr.
We'll bring on George Haas Jr. Kahneman credited with a RBI bunt. RBI single bunt. As we cycle through the batting order once more with George Haas Jr. showing bunt as well. And again, Marian University playing with some house money here. We've got Aiden Kahneman at first, and they have Ryan O'Toole at second. O'Toole trying to steal third. Kahneman trying to steal second. Kahneman is out. However, Ryan O'Toole makes his way to third. He reaches on a fielder's choice. Haas Jr. will try to bat in O'Toole here. It's right down the middle. Henry Kalmusz trying to end this top of the second as quickly as possible here. Is Marian University trying to put a fourth run on the board. Dawson Gaynor has to slide away from the strike zone. Be 2-ball, 2-strike. And a strikeout delivered by Henry Kalmusz onto George Haas Jr. Close call there, but Kalmusz gets a clutch strikeout there in the predicament that the Firebirds are in right now. So it'll be 2 outs against the Sabres as they're trying to escape this top of the second. They can get a chance to score on the offensive side. It was a very quick bottom of the first where Carthage didn't register a hit. Fort, Stone, and Tubbs unable to get on base for the Firebirds. 1-ball, 1-strike count here between Kalmusz and Lucas Lemons. Lucas Lemons is tied third alongside Jason Sims in sacrifice flies with 3 in the Northern Athletic Collegiate Conference. So something to definitely watch out for there. And certainly Lemons had to watch out for that pitch, and that almost came into contact with the chest area. 3-1 count here. See what transpires. The pitch, it's low. It'll be a walk for Lucas Lemons. So 2 base runners on tap for the Sabres. It's top of the second with 2 outs against them. And bring on Jason Sims once again. Jason Sims leading the team in several categories, including slugging percentage with .406, 16 RBI. He's got 2 home runs that is tied with Keon Booker, who is not in the lineup today. Sacrifice flies 3, and stolen bases 7, tied with Mark Jones, who is also not in the lineup, but was playing in the Edgewood doubleheader, the game 1 in particular, where he went 2 of 4. Lemons trying to steal second. Stone, or excuse me, Caden Meyer drops the ball. And that'll be another run scored by the Sabres. As Ryan O'Toole is credited with that run after Caden Meyer initially had the ball in his hand. He was stuck between a rock and a hard place over at second, and he tried to flip it over to Dawson Gaynor at home, but just lost the ball in transition. And that's one of the big things this Carthage infield's going to have to work on, is trying to, just not rush the process and, just make sure you have the ball in your glove before you decide to make a move. And, just the little things like that can hiccup into so much more for the opposing team. And that's just an exhibit A there, as Ryan O'Toole wisely went home there to secure the 4th run for the Sabres. Three-one count here. Oh my, Jason Sims! It's not over the wall, but it's still in the field of play, and it's a still base hit there, as it'll be an RBI double as Lucas Lemons scores the 5th run for the Sabres. Jason Sims recording his 17th RBI on the season. It'll bring on Brody Nolan next. Nolan already has a hit in this game and also a run. Sabres also have Jason Sims at second base after that RBI double to score Lucas Lemons. It was nearly out of the ballpark, but was still in fair play, and Dylan Stone could not get the ball toward the infield fast enough, and that was a great hit by Jason Sims, the leader in several different categories, including RBI. He just recorded his 17th not too long ago. For pitching as of now, Calmoose 2 strikeouts on the day out of 12 batters faced. 5 runs allowed, 6 hits allowed. Around 50 pitches thrown so far within these first 2 innings. Runner trying to steal third. Gets there in time as the ball is lost by Paul Reedy in transition. The runner, that being Jason Sims. Ball was a little too hot for Paul Reedy to handle, and Jason Sims takes advantage of another miscue in the infield for Carthage. That'll be a first base trip for Brody Nolan. Brings on Connor Schroeder. Last time we saw Connor Schroeder hit an RBI to right field. That would score Brody Nolan. Dawson Gaynor discussing things with Henry Calmoose. Just trying to get things reset here, and yeah. About 7 stolen bases in total for Marian University today so far, and that just tells the story of how efficient the Sabres have been. Can get the hits when they want to, but they are very decisive in their base running, and that is what's setting them apart in this matchup so far. Connor Schroeder so far today, 1 of 1, 1 RBI. Heading into this contest, Schroeder only had 7 RBI, so he's increased that total to 8 as we are at a 1-1 count. At third base is Jason Sims, who had that RBI double earlier to score Lucas Lemons. Swing and a miss Gaynor loses the ball. I'm not really sure what happened there. That'll be the 8th stolen base on the day for the Sabres, and that was a wild-looking throw. I'm not sure if he wanted to pump fake and then throw it. I'm not sure if he just lost his grip. Could be a possibility in these frigid temperatures. You never really know. That's another clean hit for the Sabres. That might score. Score only 1 run for the Sabres. They will go up 6-0 here as the top of the second is finally over, but the Firebirds are down 6 after some miscues in the infield as Marian University, 6 runs, 7 hits so far, no errors. On the due up for Carthage, Joe Zuliger, Caden Meyer, and Dawson Gaynor. And at the end of that top of the second, Connor Schroeder would single right field for an RBI, and Brody Nolan advanced to third. He was out at home though, but Jason Sims able to score for the Sabres. Schroeder's had a nice pair of hits so far today, both toward right field, so look for him to continue that trend as the game progresses. And potentially the most fresh person on the field is on the mound for Marian University. That being number 15, Sean Severson, who's only thrown 9 pitches so far in this game and been going at it for about a little over 27 minutes. So he's had a lot of time to get himself ready here and keep himself in good standing here as he's faced 3 batters so far, but all of them have been either put out or flown out here. And brings on number 11, Joe Zuliger, the designated hitter for the Firebirds. Joe Zuliger, the senior out of Burlington, Wisconsin. Burlington High School graduate. Joe Zuliger leads the team in batting average with .397, doubles 10, walks 16. So he lets that first one go, bobbled by Brody Nolan of the Sabres. Zuliger also has 3 sacrifice flies. In terms of CCIW rankings for Zuliger, he's 5th in batting average, 3rd in on-base percentage. Joe Zuliger doesn't get that one to go as center fielder Aiden Kahneman making a great adjustment in center field to track that ball down. It was leaking towards left center, and he was there just in time to make the play. Kahneman's the 6'6" center fielder. If you're 6'6", and you can make the adjustment like that, you are going to be just fine in that center field position. Caden Meyer nearly hit by the pitch thrown by Sean Severson. After Zuliger was flied out, Caden Meyer with a nice hit towards left. Almost gone for a home run. Trying to get to second, he will. That's a double for Caden Meyer. And if that ball didn't doink off the fence, I think we would have had a solo home run for Caden Meyer. But nonetheless, he gets on base for a double. And for Caden Meyer, that is his 3rd double on the season, as Dawson Gaynor is up to bat next for the Firebirds. Dawson Gaynor, the senior out of Kalamazoo, Michigan, Portage Northern High School graduate. Swing and a miss. Carthage 1 out against them so far. Joe Zuliger was flied out by Aiden Kahneman over in left center. Caden Meyer just hit that beauty toward left field, almost getting another home run on the same exact location in the second official home game for the Firebirds. Got on base with a double. Now Severson trying to work on Carthage's catcher for today's game, Dawson Gaynor. Pitch a little wobbly as Brody Nolan had to readjust his position. 2-1 count. Dawson Gaynor on the season. Getting his second start on the lineup. A swing and a miss, so it'll be a neutral count. 2 hits out of 5 at-bats with 2 total bases, so not a lot of playing time for Dawson Gaynor. Caden Meyer steps a few feet away from second base. She's trying to get Severson to look at him to throw him off. Gaynor, a beauty. Is that going to be collected? No, it won't. It drops. And Gaynor gets on base, and he moves Caden Meyer to third. So a beautiful hit toward left. Thought maybe Ryan O'Toole would have the angle to corral that, but mistimed the drop of the ball, and that's a stellar hit out of Dawson Gaynor. It'll be his 3rd hit out of 6 at-bats. Paul Reedy up to bat. Paul Reedy, the sophomore out of Elmhurst, Illinois. And against Milliken on April 4th, Game 3 of that series, the 8-0 loss, Paul Reedy recorded 2 hits and 3 at-bats with 1 walk. In Game 2 against Milliken on April 3rd, Paul Reedy 1 of 3 with 1 run recorded. And in Carthage's 1 win against Milliken, April 3rd, the Game 1 in Decatur, Illinois, on April 3rd. 2 of 5 with 1 run. Carthage coming off of that 3-game series against Milliken in Decatur, going 1-2, so they're 1-7 in the CCIW as of right now. Currently ranked 8th in the conference. And for Marian University in their conference, the Northern Athletic Collegiate Conference, they are ranked 12th out of 13 teams, but they split a doubleheader with Edgewood University, who is currently ranked 5th in that conference before today's game. This game obviously does not affect conference standings for either of these teams, but it's always nice to get a little gist of what's going on in terms of conference play between these two teams that are in separate conferences, but playing in this non-conference game, and everything sort of connects. Full count here between Severson and Reedy. Reedy swings and misses. He'll be struck out by Sean Severson. Severson's 5th strikeout on the season. Maddie Kapinski is up. Or no, it's Reedy. Reedy with the base hit, scoring Caden Meyer. Thought Reedy was done, but suppose not. Maddie Kapinski now up to bat for the Firebirds. After Paul Reedy singled to third base for an RBI. Gaynor at second now, and Caden Meyer credited with the first run for the Firebirds. Ball 1 thrown by Severson against Kapinski. Kapinski on the season, a batting average of .273. 3 hits out of 11 at-bats, 2 RBI on the season. He's got Reedy at first, Gaynor at second. As Carthage looks to build on a momentum from the Paul Reedy RBI. Severson's pitch down the line, swing and a miss by Gopinski. I'll bring up strike one. Jimmy Herget on deck for the Firebirds. The pitch gets away from Severson. Curves more to the right than he would like, and it'll be a 3-1 count between Sean Severson and Matty Gopinski. Matty Gopinski launching this one to right field. It'll be caught by the Sabres. In particular, Lucas Lemons at that second base spot. 2 outs against the Firebirds, and now it brings on Jimmy Herget. Jimmy Herget, the sophomore out of McKenna, Illinois, Lincoln Way Central High School graduate. And look to get a nice hit going here. 2 outs against the Firebirds. Paul Reedy at first, Dawson Gaynor at second. Severson's first pitch is a ball. Brody Nolan had to go away to make sure he gathered that ball, especially when you have 2 base runners behind you. You need to make sure every pitch is at least clean and good enough for the catcher to collect, regardless if it is a ball or a strike. Obviously, the goal is to get the strikes here and strike out Jimmy Herget, but you do not want to have an error occur if you're the Sabres. Severson's pitch. Again, loose. It'll be ball 2. For Jimmy Herget on the season, batting average of .244, starting in his 22nd game. 19 hits, 12 runs, 1 double and 3 RBI. Severson delivers strike 2. 2 ball, 2 strike. Severson looking at Gaynor before throwing the pitch. And strikeout delivered by Sean Severson. As he ends the bottom of the second, Jimmy Herget struck out.
The second inning is
Marian University, 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Carthage, 1 run, 3 hits, no errors. On the due-up for the Sabres, Zach Ennis, Max Mullane, and Ryan O'Toole. Firebirds found some success with Paul Reedy securing an RBI to score Caden Meyer, but outside of that, Carthage not able to match the output of Marian so far today on the offensive side. Caden Meyer had a nice double in that bottom of the second, almost going for a solo home run. Dawson Gaynor remaining in at catcher for the Firebirds. Hopefully things will be cleaner in the infield as this game continues. Henry Kalmus still on the mound. Up to this point, Kalmus, 56 pitches thrown, 7 hits, 6 runs allowed, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. In comparison to Sean Severson, who has only thrown 35 pitches, he's allowed 3 hits, 1 run. and has struck out one batter out of the 9 he has faced. Zach Ennis will be batting for Marian University shortly.
Leading off for the Sabres, third baseman number 18, Zach Ennis.
Ennis, the third baseman on the season, a batting average of .273. Fourth start today here at Augie Schmidt Field. 3 hits out of 11 at-bats, 4 runs, 3 total bases, no RBI. Calmoose delivers. Strike 1. That one popped up by Zach Ennis. Someone going to be there to make a play for the Firebirds, and yes. Jimmy Herget coming from that center field position.
For the Sabres, first baseman number 35, Max Mullane.
That'll be a good fly out for the Firebirds. Max Mullane batting next for the Sabres. Max Mullane today, 1 of 1 with 1 run. Mullane looking for a second hit, nearly lined it up, but rolls into foul territory. Calmoose looking to make this a quick one. Max Mullane toward left field, and it's caught by Dylan Stone. Good play in the outfield by the Firebirds.
Sabres left fielder number 40, Ryan O'Toole.
The sun is trying to peek out a little bit outside, but might not be that much of a disadvantage out there, but nonetheless, the Firebirds getting the job done. Slight swing. They're going to rule that ball in fair play. They are not. Almost looked like that for Ryan O'Toole, and if that was the case, that would have been a huge disadvantage for him, and that would have been a cakewalk for Carthage to end the top of the third in quick fashion and try and chip away at this Sabres lead as they're down 5. It's looking to materialize something on the offensive side, and they do get the chance to go back. As when we reset the batting order for the Firebirds, Ozenfort will be on deck as well as Stone and Xander Tubbs. So we'll see if that trio can do things once we get to the bottom of the third, as Henry Calmoose working on Ryan O'Toole. O'Toole has 1 hit in this game as well as a run. That one just floats all the way. I'll look to reset here. 2 ball, 2 strike. Calmoose the pitch. O'Toole the hit. And collected by Caden Meyer out in second base. There'll be a quick end to the top of the third.
And as a reminder, if the Firebirds pitchers collect double-digit strikeouts, you go home with a free coupon for 1 scoop of Culver's custard.
And 6-1 remains the score here. And on the due up for the Firebirds, Michael Ozenfort, Dylan Stone, and Xander Tubbs. With Sean Severson on the mound for the Sabres. And biggest thing for Carthage here is just to fight back and get yourself closer in the scoring margin as we are in the bottom of the third. And this was the time that the Firebirds found some success against North Central back on March 29th. Sunday, March 29th is when they found some success against North Central. It was around that time that they actually got a lead 4-2. And Carthage unable to hold on to that momentum. So it's going to be a battle of Carthage trying to find some momentum in these games and try to hold on to it. With a slightly less experienced infield, it's going to be a little bit difficult to get that to go, but bought into the system and things go right, can do wonders for a team. And the Firebirds sitting at 7-14 so far on the season. Really more of a retooling season as we lost a great senior class with a lot of excellent talent, including Colin Callahan, PJ Moser, AJ Gesa, players of that nature. Drew Connect as well. Severson delivering strike one against Michael Ozenfort. Ozenfort fouls that ball off to the right side. Will immediately bring him to a no ball, 2-strike count against Sean Severson. Ozenfort on the season, batting average of .343. See if he can get something going. Another foul ball towards right field. Ozenfort trying to get something going here. And his second at-bat of the contest. That's a ball. Again, going back to the history of Carthage versus Marian University. Carthage with 7 wins out of 10 games against Marian University. And the first matchup between these two teams was April 27th, 2010, in which Carthage won 7-6. So kind of one of those non-conference historical markers. You know, these teams only play each other every few years, so really a good thing to see. A strikeout, though, delivered by Sean Severson, and it carries over from the bottom of the second when he struck out Jimmy Herget to force the third inning to begin. So back-to-back strikeouts for Sean Severson as he's heating up here, and Michael Ozenfort left empty-handed once again. Brings on Dylan Stone. Dylan Stone, sophomore out of Winfield, Illinois. 22 hits on the season, 15 runs, 3 doubles. Dylan Stone, that one immediately going to the first baseman, flips it over to Severson, and Stone is put out. First baseman Max Mullane making the play.
Now batting for the Firebirds, right fielder number 37, Xander Tubbs.
Xander Tubbs in his second at-bat. Trying to get something going for the Firebirds, but he's facing 2 outs on the board, so his options are limited. Severson's pitch. Tubbs checks his swing, but it'll be ruled a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike for Xander Tubbs. Batting average of .345 on the season, making his 22nd start. 89th at-bat total that leads the team. Tubbs fouls that ball away, so 1 ball, 2 strike count. Severson pitching away. Tubbs flying that one out to right field, but that will be collected by Jason Sims, and that will put an end to the bottom of the third. And in a flash, we are in the 4th inning.
The score at the end of the 3rd inning is Marian 6 and Carthage 1.
And it has been Marian's ability to stay very clean in the fielding department and allow their offense to do the heavy lifting.
Just take those
Aiden Kahneman, George Haas Jr., and Lucas Lemons all up to bat next. He's got one hit so far today. He's got one RBI as well. Henry Kalmus is still in at pitcher for the Firebirds. For Kahneman in particular. Single to first base on a bunt that would lead to an RBI as Max Mullane would score and Ryan O'Toole advanced to second. That is one of the things that happened in the second inning for Marian University. Is in that inning alone, Marian came away with 4 runs, and that has basically been the deciding factor so far. Is Marian University to build a 2-0 lead after the first and add on 4 in the second. But Carthage did a nice job of containing Marian University in the third inning. We'll see what happens in the fourth.
Leading off for the Sabres, center fielder number 25, Aiden Kahneman.
Aiden Kahneman, center fielder of this team, looking to bunt. Stands at 6'6". Kalmus staring down Kahneman, looking to throw the pitch down the middle. He does. Strike 2. Trying to make quick work. Of the Sabres center fielder. Gainer has to pop up for that one though, so not put away just yet. Kalmus only has 2 strikeouts so far, looking for his third, but that one is low, and Gainer not able to field that cleanly. Kalmus's pitch. That one fouled off by Kahneman. Looks like he's got some sort of wrapping on his right ankle area. Thought initially he tweaked something after fouling off that ball, but looks to be okay. Another foul. Kahneman on the season, 288 batting average, making his 20th start, 19 hits out of 66 at-bats, 14 runs, 1 double, 5 RBI, 20 total bases, and now it's a full count after it was 2 strikes, no balls on the board, so Cowboys have to find that good pitch now, but we'll have to wait as Kahneman fouls another pitch. Trying to force a base on balls here. Give the Sabres some momentum. That one nearly treading into fair territory, but just squeaked out at the last possible second. Tried to get it to land on that right field line. Unfortunately, the physics were not in Kahneman's favor. But it will still remain a full count between these two. Kalmus's pitch down the middle, and he gets the strikeout. That would have been a painful battle to lose, especially when you had an 0-2 count at one point against Aiden Kahneman, but alas, Carthage forcing one out against the Sabres, and George Haas Jr. up to bat. And luckily there were no base runners for the Sabres there. As that ball got away from Dawson Gaynor, so that'll be a ball. George Haas Jr., the sophomore from Cole Valley, Illinois. Moline High School graduate. George Haas, 18th in on-base percentage heading into this one in the Northern Athletic Collegiate Conference, 464. As Cal Moose delivers strike one. And in the win versus Edgewood University on March 31st, George Haas Jr. would have a great game, 2 for 3 with 2 runs and 1 walk. So putting his stamp on a conference game. Strike 2 delivered, so yet another full count situation for Henry Calmoose. Calmoose down the middle, fouled off by Haas Jr. Haas Jr. on the season, a batting average of .250 before this game. And yet another strikeout for Henry Calmoose.
Now batting for the Sabres, second baseman number 2, Lucas Lemon.
So back-to-back strikeouts for Henry Calmoose as he heats up, sending Aiden Kahneman and George Haas Jr. back to the dugout, in for strike one against Lucas Lemons. Lemons with 1 run, 1 walk today. 1 stolen base. Lemons toward left, fielded by Reedy, launching it over to Matty Gopinski. And that will end the top of the 4th. So once again, Carthage holding Marian University to just 6 runs, down 5. We'll see if Carthage can chip away at this lead. They have a good shot at doing it. They're containing the Sabres offense that looked basically unstoppable in that second inning. So they've cooled off their opponent. It's time for Carthage to capitalize on that. On the due up for the Firebirds, Joe Zuliger, Caden Meyer, and Dawson Gaynor. In this game so far, Caden Meyer, Dawson Gaynor, and Paul Reedy have all registered hits in this game. Paul Reedy with an RBI. In the bottom of the 2nd, other than that, Carthage has been held to no scores. Zuliger, the man who leads the team in batting average with .397, making his way up to bat to kick us off for the bottom of the 4th. And you know, as this game goes on, these innings become more and more important, and they become a non-renewable resource in terms of trying to get some runs on the board. So Carthage off to provide some fireworks of their own as they're containing Marian University in a bottle here in terms of their electricity, as they went off for 4 runs in the top of the second and have not gotten a chance to score any runs since then. So it's a prime opportunity for Carthage to work on Sean Severson, as well as the infield and the outfield for Marian University. Severson the pitch. Zuliger gets it past Severson, and that's a base hit immediately for the Firebirds. Down right center, past second base, and that's one way to get things going for the Firebirds. And Caden Meyer, we know he likes to launch it in that left corner, and he almost got another home run out of it, like he did on Sunday, March 29th against North Central in the 3rd game that was broadcasted here on the CCIW network at Augie Schmidt Field. Severson's pitch. Meyer checks his swing, but that'll be strike 1 for Meyer. Caden Meyer, the freshman of Greendale, Wisconsin. Joe Zuliger gets back to first base in time. That looked a little close. Max Mullane tried to tag Zuliger, but unable to do so. Severson the pitch, Meyer the swing, the miss. It'll be strike 2. No outs against Carthage, but Sean Severson trying to change that. Gonna keep the Firebirds contained after Joe Zuliger got a nice base hit. Swing and a miss there for Caden Meyer. Be a strikeout for Sean Severson. And Dawson Gaynor up to bat next. Has 1 hit in this game. It's toward left field, right in front of Ryan O'Toole, and O'Toole not able to make the adjustment to prevent the hit from happening. So Dawson Gaynor looking to record his 2nd hit here with Joe Zuliger at first. Gaynor pops that one up towards first base. That'll be caught by Max Mullane. So a pop fly that did not have much distance on it, and Max Mullane able to make the play. Max Mullane weathering the cold very well. Some of these players have multiple layers on, as it is a 32-degree temp in April 7th, so the casual occurrence in Wisconsin during what we like to call the quote-unquote spring season. We really don't ever have a spring season. Kind of just mixes throughout the seasons, and all of a sudden, we're just in summertime. 70-degree weather just comes out of nowhere. Paul Reedy swings on that. That'll be 1 ball, 1 strike. Joe Zuliger still at first base. Tries to get back to first, then he does. His left leg just clinging to that base to make sure he was not tagged by Max Mullane. Swing and a miss for Reedy again, so it'll be strike 2. John Severson keeping the Firebirds batting department on skates here. Some of the pitches he's thrown so far. Severson. Foul by Paul Reedy. Outside of that base hit from Joe Zuliger, the single past Severson, Carthage hasn't really gotten anything going in the bottom of the fourth. Severson the pitch, Paul Reedy the slight hit. It'll be Severson to Mullane to end the bottom of the fourth.
The score at the end of the fourth inning is Marian 6.
And
Carthage
Joe
1.
Zuliger left on base there just pondering what happened in that bottom of the fourth. That started so well for the Firebirds, but just came down to Sean Severson's pitches that really decided that inning. We have a new pitcher for the Firebirds. Number 14, Sean Creeps. Creeps only having 3 appearances on the mound so far this season. This makes it his 4th appearance in 3 2/3 innings pitched. He has allowed 4 hits, 4 runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. So another pitcher with not too much experience on the season for the Firebirds. But we'll see what happens with Sean Creeps in at pitcher as Henry Kalmuth's done for the day. 4 innings pitched, 84 pitches thrown, 7 hits allowed, 6 runs allowed, all of them earned, 3 walks and 4 strikeouts out of 20 batters faced. And with the pitching change, the Firebirds aim to keep their strategy eerily similar to what we've seen in the 3rd and the 4th, just containing Marian University, not allowing more runs to be put on the board. But at this point, you've got to think that the Sabres are going to break through this glass ceiling eventually. Creeps' first pitch, good for a strike. Sean Creeps, freshman out of McKenna, Illinois, Providence Catholic High School graduate. Swing and a miss from Jason Sims. Again, Sims leading the team in several categories. So far today for Sims, 1 of 2 with 1 run, 2 RBI, 1 stolen base. Jason Sims recording 3 RBI against Edgewood on March 31st. He is struck out by Sean Creeps.
Batting for the Sabres, catcher number 7, Brody Nolan.
So a good start. For Sean Creeps. Brings on Brody Nolan. It's 1 hit in this game, 1 run, 1 walk as well. Nolan trying to go for his 2nd hit, and he'll get it in time. Brody Nolan over to first.
Now batting for the Sabres, the DH number 12, Connor Schrader.
Ozenfort had to make a major adjustment there in the shortstop spot. Would have liked to get that ball to Matty Gapinski faster, but just the torque on his body as he was trying to collect that ball was just too much to overcome. So Brody Nolan will be at first base, and Connor Schroeder, a pair of nice hits today, as well as 2 RBI. Schroeder has targeted right field both times, so an area to watch specifically for Schroeder. It's the pitch from Creeps. Connor Schroeder making his 11th start today for the Sabres. Counts up 2-1. Ten hits entering the contest. He's got 12. Misses there. Stolen base for Brody Nolan as Caden Meyer went airborne trying to collect the ball, but ended up missing it. So, not a good incompletion there for the Firebirds infield, as Brody Nolan will add to the stolen bases total, and that brings it up to 9 officially for the Sabres, with Brody Nolan having 3 alone. He is responsible for 33% of the stolen bases in this game from Marian University, who is based in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Full count here between Sean Creeps and Connor Schroeder. Schroeder with a nice one toward left field. That one, is it gone? No, it's not. It's still in the field of play, but still a big hit nonetheless for Schroeder, who might get a 3rd RBI today, and he will, as that score is from Brody Nolan. So an RBI double officially for Connor Schroeder, and what a day he's been having for this Sabres team. 3 for 3, 3 RBI, as he scores Nolan, who records his 2nd run of the day, and Nolan's had a perfect day as well, 2 of 2. After 2 innings of no scores, Marian University finally gets on the board once again to extend their lead back to 6. It's been tough sledding on offense for the Firebirds, and at this point, again, you just want to end this inning as quickly as you can to give your offense a chance, but not going to be too many chances left to get some runs on the board if you're Carthage. So Schroeder over at 2nd. After his huge RBI double to left field, Creeps delivers strike 1. Zach Ennis on the day. He's had 2 at-bats so far. Looking to score Schroeder. Creeps' pitch is low. It brings it up to 3-ball, 1-strike count. Creeps looking towards his back, seeing where Schroeder is. Strike 2 delivered, so brings it to a full count. Schroeder getting extra jumpy at 2nd. Just trying to distract Sean Creeps. And that will be a trip to first base for Zach Ennis. He is walked by Sean Creeps.
Max Mullane.
Brings on Max Mullane. 1 of 2 today with 1 run. Mullane towards left field. And that one will be dropped right in front of Dylan Stone. Nice hit there by Max Mullane. Loads up the bases with only 1 out on the board. And Ryan O'Toole will be up to bat. 1 of 2 today with 1 run himself. Got to be very careful with these pitches, and Gaynor will have to be extra careful of handling the pitches, as one wild pitch and everything may go south here. 2-ball count so far. Heading into this contest, Ryan O'Toole batting average of 185. As Creeps delivers strike 1. O'Toole with 5 hits out of 27 at-bats, 7 runs, 2 doubles, 2 RBI, 7 total bases. O'Toole will fly towards right, caught by Caden Meyer. No one will reach home for Marian University as everybody stays put at their respective base.
Now batting for the Sabres, center fielder number 25, Aiden Kahneman.
This is Ryan O'Toole. Will be flied out by Caden Meyer, and it brings on Aiden Kahneman. The titan of a center fielder that the Sabres have against Sean Creeps. Gaynor had to collect that one. That one nearly hitting Kahneman, and with a lanky 6'6" frame, it might be a little easier to lose a pitch and end up having it come into contact with any part of his body. Two ball, no strike count with bases loaded. Got Max Mullane at first, Zach Ennis at second, Connor Schroeder at third. Kahneman towards the shortstop position. Ozenfort gets one player out. And that will be enough for Carthage to get out of this top of the 5th, as they allow Marian University to have one more run added on to their total. A 6-run game once again. On the due up for Carthage, Matty Gopinski, Jimmy Herget, and Michael Ozenfort. Good hustle on the side of Michael Ozenfort. As Max Mullane was trying to move over to second base, he got there in time, touched the base, and was able to free the Carthage defense from that top of the 5th. And in a bases loaded situation, if you're down by so many runs, that's going to be a detriment for sure. Actually, check that score is 8-1, as Schroeder did score. So, RBI for Aiden Kahneman. So for Carthage, actually no run for Connor Schroeder, so.
Leading off for the Firebirds, first baseman number 18, Matty Gopinski.
Sorry, only one run scored by Marian University. John Severson still at bat. Gopinski gets it through and past Max Mullane. So another early base hit for the Firebirds. Can they keep the hits coming? Jimmy Herget up to bat next.
Fielder number 1, Jimmy Herget.
Trying to get things going for the Firebirds. Herget on the season, .244 batting average. That one almost lined to right field. Could have gone past Max Mullane as well. Sean Severson, 3 strikeouts on the day, 5 hits allowed, only 1 run allowed. Jimmy Herget towards shortstop spot. Looking for a double play is Marian University, and they get it to go. Gapinski and Herget both out in a flash. What a stellar play by the Sabres. Fort up to bat. And that double play, George Haas Jr., Lucas Lemons, and Max Mullane all involved in that double play. That looked incredibly easy from up here, but from down there, if you're out there, it's, oh my. Fort takes a shot. Helmet gets knocked off as well. Hopefully he's okay. That one looked brutal. And it's going to be 10 times worse in the cold, so holding his left ear. I hope things are okay with Fort as he jogs his way to first base, takes one for the team. So with Fort at first. Dylan Stone looks to record his first hit in the contest. Dylan Stone. Oh, that one's dropped. Is he going to get there in time? No, he won't. Almost a huge mistake on the side of Max Mullane, but luckily for the Sabres, they're able to get out of this bottom of the 5th.
The score at the end of the 5th inning.
End it
Marian
early.
7 and Carthage 1.
Again, that double play between George Haas Jr., Lucas Lemons, and Max Mullane decided that bottom of the 5th, and just unfortunate if you're the Firebirds. You got a nice base hit from Matty Gapinski, who got it past Max Mullane. And all for it to be done early due to that double play. As well as Max Mullane losing the ball, regaining it back in time to touch the base before Dylan Stone can make it there. On the due up for the Sabres, George Haas Jr., Lucas Lemons, and Jason Sims. Marian University, 7 runs, 10 hits, no errors. Carthage, 1 run, 5 hits, no errors. But there's been a couple of slight miscues that have decided, you know, the fact that Marian University is up by 6 runs in this contest. And Carthage did hold them to none in the top of the 3rd and the 4th, but Marian University able to add 1 in the top of the 5th. That score being provided by Connor Schroeder as he doubled to left center for an RBI that scored Brody Nolan. And we'll see what Marian University does in this top of the 6th. Sean Creeps the pitch. That one floats away from Dawson Gaynor. Be a 1-1 count. George Haas Jr. has 1 base on balls in this game, 1 run as well. Swings it towards Fort, trying to flip it over to Gapinski in time. And George Haas Jr. is out.
Now batting for the Sabres, second baseman number 2, Lucas Lemon.
quickly brings on Lucas Lemons on the season, entering today's contest, batting average of 258. 17 hits, 66 at-bats today for Lemons. 1 run. Looking to go towards first, but not able to do so as Reedy flips it over to Gapinski for the 5-3 putout.
Number 19, Jason Sims.
Jason Sims up to bat next for Marian University. Last time we saw him at bat, he was struck out. Sims has 1 hit today, 1 of 3, 1 run, and 2 RBI. He has had an impact on the scoring for Marian University. It's just been a bit quiet since the beginning of the game. That one fouled away. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Delivers strike 2 to even the count. Jason Sims 1 double in the contest. And a strikeout delivered by Sean Creeps against Jason Sims to end the top of the 6th. So Carthage still limiting Marian University to 1 run or 0 runs here. And again, a few more chances for the Firebirds. They've got this bottom of the 6th. They've got the bottom of the 7th, bottom of the 8th, and bottom of the 9th as well. Is trying to extend the duration of this game and not allow Marian University to get in the run rule territory, which would mean that if Marian University is up 10 runs by the 7th inning, the game would be ended short. But Carthage just looking to keep this one competitive here. They're down 6. They've been down 6. At one point, that being at the end of the top frame for the 2nd inning, but they'd cut their deficit to 5 before, and they were down 5 for a while until Marian University got that run in the top of the 5th. So Carthage has been down by a considerable amount of runs throughout this entire contest. They've not had a lead today. Trying to work on changing that within these last few innings of the contest today here at Augie Schmidt Field. Andrew Czysz Jr. here on the call. Pleased to be here for the 2nd home game of the spring 26 season for the Carthage Firebirds baseball team. Severson's still going out there. I wonder if he'll pitch a complete game like his fellow pitcher, Ben Anderson, who pitched a complete game against Edgewood on March 31st. 5 Ks, 4 runs allowed, 115 total pitches thrown for Ben Anderson. A huge part in helping Edgewood win the game, as he recorded back-to-back strikeouts within the last inning of play. That game went all 9 innings as well. 1 ball, 2 strike count here between Tubbs and Severson. Tubbs not able to get much going today. He's been limited to just a couple flyouts so far today. No hits, no walks as well. Severson's pitch not handled cleanly. It'll be a full count situation here between Tubbs and Severson. Tubbs with a hit towards right field. Looks promising, but another flyout. This time from Jason Sims over at right field.
Now batting for the Firebirds, the DH, number 11, Joe Zuliger.
Joe Zuliger today, 1 of 2. Zuliger fouling the first pitch. Entering this contest, Joe Zuliger, 5th in batting average, 3rd in on-base percentage, 5th in OPS, and 8th in slugging percentage, all for the CCIW standings before Tuesday, April 7th, as several CCIW teams are playing today. Got Dominican at Dominican at Elmhurst. Our game, Marian versus Carthage, but that is non-conference. Illinois Wesleyan in a non-conference contest against Illinois Tech. Wheaton and North Park in a CCIW matchup. North Central and Carroll in a CCIW matchup. And Milliken and Augustana, a CCIW matchup as well. Swing and a miss for Zuliger there. As looks like he's in some discomfort. Hopefully he's okay. Knelt after that last strikeout, so hopefully he's okay. Brings on Caden Meyer. Caden Meyer on the day, 1 of 2 with 1 run. Meyer scored by Paul Reedy in the bottom of the 2nd. Meyer fouls that ball off. No ball, 2-strike count. Tough sledding today for the Firebirds offense. Caden Meyer looking to go to first. Unable to make it there. I believe he was struck out regardless, but it is the end of the 6th inning, and Marian University up 7-1 still. Sean Creep still out there for the Firebirds. And the upcoming broadcast for Carthage Athletics on the CCIW Network powered by Huddle. We have tomorrow women's lacrosse versus Chicago at 6 p.m. and the CCIW men's volleyball semifinal between number 1 Carthage and number 4 North Central, 7 p.m. on Wednesday, April 8th. Tomorrow on Thursday, April 9th, a doubleheader. Baseball versus Lakeland University starting at 2 p.m. Saturday, April 11th, we will have baseball versus Illinois Wesleyan at 1 p.m. and softball versus Wheaton, a doubleheader also taking place at 1 p.m. All these contests can be seen live on the CCAW network powered by Huddle. AJ Gesa making an appearance today for the Firebirds. He relieves Dawson Gaynor of his catching duties. You may see AJ Gesa in the batting order once Carthage is there once again. He'll make his 13th appearance on the season. Out of 37 at-bats, he's only recorded 4 hits. He's got 2 runs, 2 doubles, 2 RBI, and 6 total bases.
Leading off for the Sabres, catcher number 7, Brody Nolan.
Brody Nolan of the Sabres, 2 of 2 today with 2 runs and 1 walk. He's had a successful day after going just 1 of 5 with 1 RBI against Edgewood on March 31st. Creeps would definitely like to have that pitch back, as it is now a 2-ball, no strike count. Creeps down the middle, in for strike 1. And for Sean Creeps in particular, only his 4th appearance so far this season. And only pitched 3 2/3 innings heading into this contest. 4 hits, 4 runs allowed, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Today for Creeps, he's walked 1 batter, struck out 2.
Now batting for the Sabres, the DH number 12, Connor Schrader.
Brody Nolan walked as well, so they'll make 2 walks for Sean Creeps today. Connor Schroeder at bat for the Sabres. Creeps the pitch. Hits Schroeder. That'll be Nolan going to second as a result of the pitch hitting Connor Schroeder. Zach Ennis up to bat next. Showing bunt, pulls away at the last second. You've got 2 base runners out there. You've got no outs on the board, so you can basically do whatever you need to do if you're Zach Ennis to try and move Brody Nolan over to third base. There's the bunt again. Can't get it to go. Be 1 ball, 1 strike. We'll see if Ennis attempts the bunt once again. The hit. Oh, it goes past Reedy. And that was the best case scenario for Zach Ennis, as he gets an RBI double, as he scores Brody Nolan.
Now batting for the Sabres, first baseman number 35, Max.
What a fantastic hit from Zach Ennis, getting it right past Paul Reedy, and just unfortunate, a tough break for Carthage's third baseman. So now Ennis at second base, and Connor Schroeder has moved over to third. Max Mullane batting. 2 for 3 with 1 run. Creeps delivers strike 2. No outs against Marian University yet, so even if you get the strikeout here, might want to just hold on to it to see if Schroeder advances to home. Strike 3. Max Mullane sent to the dugout, and Schroeder thought about stepping toward home, but AJ Gesa held firm. That'll be Ryan O'Toole. Oh, actually. Number 22, Charlie Zimmer makes an appearance. Charlie Zimmer on the season.
22, Charlie Zimmer.
making his 13th appearance. Batting average of 167. 2 hits out of 12 at-bats, 1 run, 1 double, 2 RBI, and 3 total bases. Creeps delivers strike 1. He's got to worry about Ennis and Schroeder occupying second and third respectively. After that huge RBI double from Zach Ennis that scored Brody Nolan not too long ago, Marian has jumped up to their highest lead of the day, 8-1, so a 7-run lead. That one mishandled. Gesa losing where the ball was. Doesn't tag him, lost the ball again, and Connor Schroeder is credited with the run. All things going wrong for the fielding department of Carthage. Wow. Just Gesa thought he had the ball, lost where it was, had it again, and it just popped out right as Connor Schroeder was sliding toward home. Unfortunate play for the Firebirds. Swing and a miss from Zimmer. It's full count. Creeps. Zimmer, the slight hit. Reedy. Kapinski. There's the second out for the Firebirds.
Now batting for the Sabres, center fielder number 25, Aiden Kinnaman.
Aiden Cadenman up to bat next. Zach Ennis at third. Okay, so watching out for Ennis at third base. Two ball, no strike count. Zach Ennis inching closer toward home. Creeps the pitch. That'll be fouled by Kahneman. Kahneman launching one deep right, and it's caught by Xander Tubbs to end the top of the 7th. That one came in a flash, but Xander Tubbs was ready for it. Do have a new left fielder out there for the Sabres. Ryan O'Toole will be relieved of his duties. On the due-up for Carthage, Xander Tubbs, Joe Zuliger, and Caden Meyer. Sean Severson still out there for the Sabres. And then left field, we will have Sawyer Schultes. Sawyer Schultes will be taking over left field duties for Charlie Zimmer. A.J. Gesa will be up to bat for the Firebirds. Severson delivers strike one, and for A.J. Gesa, 13th appearance, batting average of 108. Only 4 hits out of 37 at-bats up to this point. Faces a 1-ball, 1-strike count. In the bottom of the 7th, where Carthage is just trying to extend this game, and a couple runs on the board. Swing, miss from A.J. Gesa. A.J. Gesa, part of that team last year that went 30-14 overall. Swing and a miss from Gesa. Sent back to the dugout by Sean Severson. Now brings on Paul Reedy. One of 2 today with 1 RBI. That came in the bottom of the 2nd as he scored Caden Meyer. Paul Reedy lets the first pitch go. That one got away from Severson. Once you throw so many pitches, there's bound to be one that kind of just slips off of your hand, and that's one of them for Sean Severson. But a clean day overall for him. Up to this point, he's walked no batters. He struck out 6 out of 24 that he's faced in total. Throwing 90 pitches, this being his 91st. And there he lets that one hit Paul Reedy, and Paul Reedy will make a trip to first base. And Christian Duarte making an appearance today as well. 16th appearance. Batting average of 222. 10 hits, 45 at-bats, 8 runs, 4 doubles, 2 home runs, and 7 RBI. Duarte towards right. And that one is good for a base hit. And it's a double for Christian Duarte. Well, first at-bat today is very successful, and it gets Carthage going here. A beauty to right field. Jason Sims tried to track that down, but unable to do so, and now Marian University will have a little discussion on the mound as far as what they want to do on defense. See if Sean Severson is still good. Yep. Quick discussion. Brings on Jimmy Herget once again. Sean Severson up to 93 pitches thrown. Paul Reedy at third, Duarte at second after that huge double. Jimmy Herget fouls that one off. Jimmy Herget on the season. It's 19 hits. looking for his 20th at a big time in this ball game to keep it going. Herget has to duck after that Severson pitch. 2 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Severson. Jimmy Herget down center. And it's caught. But Reedy trying to get to home in time, and he does for the Firebirds. So the sacrifice from Jimmy Herget works as Paul Reedy is there for the score. And Carthage down 9-2 at the bottom of the 7th. The only base runner still out there for Carthage is Christian Duarte. We will see a pitching change by the Sabres. Sean Severson done for the day. And new pitcher will be number 8, Hudson Ludwig for Marian University. 6 innings pitched, 8 hits, 7 runs allowed, 5 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Ludwig will relieve Severson of his duties. Severson, solid day overall. 97 pitches thrown, 6 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. After 6 2/3 innings pitched. So, solid day in the office for Severson. Marian will see what they have in Hudson Ludwig down the stretch. Hudson Ludwig is a freshman out of Chilton, Wisconsin. Chilton High School graduate. And batting for Carthage will be Michael Ozenfort, the freshman shortstop from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Looking to get his first hit on the day. It's been a bit of a struggle for him in the batting department. He's been struck out once today. Try his best to score Duarte here, who's trying to pull a fast one on Marian University. A ball bobbled but controlled by Brody Nolan. Ozenfort gets the base hit toward right. Duarte trying to go home, and he'll get there in time. Christian Duarte with the score. Carthage with their 3rd run in the contest. That'll officially be an RBI double for Michael Ozenfort. What a great time for his first hit to come in.
Now batting for the Firebirds, left fielder number 9, Dylan Stone.
Dylan Stone up to bat for the Firebirds. Stone with a swing and a miss. Ford officially credited with a single, or an RBI single, after advancing the second by an error committed by Jason Sims. Dylan Stone launches that one toward foul territory. A pack of Sabres tried to chase that ball down, including Zach Ennis, but unsuccessful in trying to make things easier for themselves in the outfield. This bottom of the seventh will continue. Carthage has found some success here. Another foul by Stone. Stone towards the shortstop spot. Bobbled and mishandled by the infield of the Sabres.
Now batting for the Firebirds, right fielder, number 37, center, out.
Specifically by George Haas Jr. Xander Tubbs now up to bat. Got Dylan Stone at first, Michael Ford at third. Ludwig delivers strike one. Ludwig the pitch. Ball goes past Ludwig. And Tubbs, I believe, is ruled safe. Yes, Tubbs is ruled safe as Max Mullane could not handle the ball cleanly enough. It kind of popped out of his glove at the last second, and Xander Tubbs took advantage of that. It's now on base. So we've got Tubbs at first, Dylan Stone at second now. And as all that was going on, Michael Ford scoring the fourth run for the Firebirds. So Carthage within 5. It's Joe Zuliger batting. Joe Zuliger today, 1 of 3. Trying to make it 2 of 4, but 1 ball, 2 strike count is against him. It's got Tubbs at first, Stone at second. It'll be 2 ball, 2 strike count between Hudson Ludwig and Joe Zuliger. As Carthage continues to chip away at this Marian University lead. Zuliger swings and misses. Fouls it off, though, at the same time. Joe Zuliger's taken 2 hits of the ball after just trying to foul it off. Again, in these cold temperatures, if you get hit with that ball, it's 10 times harder. So, Joe Zuliger fighting through the pain. Zuliger, another foul. 2-ball, 2-strike count. So we got another foul. Just trying to prolong his at-bat and try to receive a pitch that's more favorable for him. Pitch from Ludwig goes over Nolan. And that'll advance Stone to third and Tubbs to second. An uncanny miscue from the Sabres. Zuliger will reset as it's a full count now. Hudson Ludwig in a bit of a pickle here. Ludwig the pitch, Zuliger fouls it off again. Zuliger just trying to keep his at-bat alive here. And try to get Ludwig to miss on another pitch. First wild pitch thrown by a Sabres pitcher today, I believe. Zuliger, a beauty towards left. It'll score one, and it'll score two. A 2 RBI single for Joe Zuliger, scoring Dylan Stone and Xander Tubbs. And all of a sudden, the Firebirds are alive. All with 2 outs still on the board, but Carthage finding some success. And good on Joe Zuliger to fight through the pain and just keep it going against Hudson Ludwig, just knowing that Ludwig was not confident in his pitches and just waiting and finding the right opportunity to strike, and he did. A beautiful single to left field that scored 2 for Carthage, and now it's 9-6. And we'll see if Carthage can keep this going. Foul by Caden Meyer. This would be one great comeback for Carthage if they're able to pull it off. Still a lot of game left to play. Ludwig the pitch. Meyer checks his swing, but he struck out, and that's the end of the 7th inning, just like that. And despite that ending for Caden Meyer, Carthage a successful bottom of the 7th with 5 total runs. Got another new pitcher for the Firebirds. Number 22, Durav Indelicato for the Firebirds. Indelicato on the season is making his 2nd appearance. He's only pitched 1 total inning, allowing 3 hits. Walks and 1 strikeout. So Durav will look to get things going for the Firebirds and keep them on track here and get the offense back out there as they were cooking in the bottom of the 7th. Looks like Christian Duarte will be playing at first base. So Durav Indelicato will look to relieve the duties of Sean Creeps, who pitched 3 innings, throwing 61 pitches, allowing 4 hits, 3 runs, walking 2 and striking out 3. Durav Indelicato is also managing his own sort of social media page for this Firebirds team on Instagram. You can catch all the players doing questions of the day, regardless if they're here at home or if they're traveling for CCIW or non-conference competition. Durav Indelicato is always on social media under the, I believe it's the Smooth Throwing channel on Instagram. So definitely follow that if you want more content for the Firebirds baseball team. I've enjoyed some of the content Delicato has put together on the team. It's been awesome to watch, and it's just another personable thing that you can get out of the Carthage baseball team for sure. Just doing regular question of the day stuff, or just doing breakdowns of what happened during certain games, getting live insight from the players themselves. That one is fouled off by Mark Jones. Mark Jones on the season, batting average of .320, making his 20th appearance. 24 hits out of 75 at-bats, 11 runs, 6 doubles, 11 RBI, and 30 total bases. Mark Jones looking to get on base here. Ozenfort to Duarte. And they get Jones out. Mark Jones tied 17th overall in the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference in doubles with 6 heading into this contest. Lucas Lemons up to bat. Pitch from Indelicato. It'll be ball 1. Delicato almost losing that pitch. Lucas Lemons almost got a free trip to first base. So 2-ball, no strike count between Durav Indelicato and Lucas Lemons. Delicato for strike 1. Lemons checks his swing, but it's in for strike 2. And Indelicato strikes out Lucas Lemons. Wow. Excellent strikeout for Indelicato, his 2nd recorded on the season. Brings on Jason Sims with 2 outs against the Sabres. Carthage trying to consolidate the Sabres offense here and try to limit them here. 1-ball count so far. Jason Sims on the day. 1 of 4 with 1 run and 2 RBI. 1 stolen base as well. He's been struck out twice already today. Carthage baseball team also participates in activities such as passing the phone, all kinds of other things. On their Arizona trip, they basically documented every day with a question of the day, and you get inside looks at them working out in the indoor batting cages and things like that. So definitely go check out the Smooth Throwing, that is SMOOVE Throwing Instagram account run by Durav Indelicato to get more insight on the Carthage baseball team. Delicado's pitch down the middle for strike 2. Full count here between Jason Sims and Dhruv and Delicado. Jason Sims over to Reedy, loses the ball. He can't get it to Duarte in time, and Jason Sims will be safe. If you're Paul Reedy in that hot corner, you've got to find a way to be less nerve-wracked about the ball coming to you that fast, but easier said than done, as being out there sometimes you don't really expect the ball to go that way, but much like other sports, always expect the unexpected. Brody Nolan up to bat for the Sabres. Brody Nolan today, 2 of 2, 3 runs, 2 walks, 3 stolen bases. So he's just been basically the main gadget piece to the Sabres offense. Nolan, a slight touch, goes past Delicado, but an easy out made from Caden Meyer and Christian Duarte. The 4-3 connection. We are now going to enter the bottom of the 8th. Carthage has a legitimate chance to either chip away more at this lead or tie it or even take a lead, but we'll see what happens. As that 7th inning was just what the doctor ordered. If you're Carthage, you definitely wanted to see some offensive rhythm sometime in this contest, and fortunately it's come at the right time. The question is, can Carthage stay consistent in their offensive pursuits, as we have another pitcher for the Sabres, Wyatt Blaskowski. Blaskowski, the junior out of Amherst, Wisconsin, Amherst High School graduate. Blaskowski on the season, making his 7th appearance today. He's pitched 12 innings, allowing 16 hits, 11 runs, 11 of them, almost all of them earned, walking 3 and striking out 9. Wyatt Blaskowski will go up against AJ Gesa, who's up to bat. Gase's only at bat, he has been struck out. If Carthage wants to establish some rhythm here, they're going to have to limit the amount of strikeouts they give up to the Sabres. In turn, hopefully they can get another chain reaction of hits leading to runs, as we saw with Joe Zuliger in the bottom of the 7th when he had a single to left field, but in that same instance, he scored both Dylan Stone and Xander Tubbs, so plays like that are going to be needed for the Firebirds. Blaskowski the pitch, AJ Gesa over to third base. Be an easy 5-3 put out for the Sabres. Between Zach Ennis and Max Mullane. Paul Reedy, 1 of 2 today, 1 run, 1 RBI that came in the bottom of the 2nd to score Caden Meyer. Reedy letting that first pitch go. Blaskowski the pitch. Down the middle, but not enough for a strike. Paul Reedy swings and misses. That'll be strike 1. Laskowski, the pitch, that's good for strike 2. So Paul Reedy faces a 2-ball, 2-strike count, trying to make it a full counter, get a good hit here. He hasn't recorded a hit since the bottom of the second. There's a pop fly. Sabres field it cleanly. As Mark Jones is credited with the flyout in that shortstop position, taking over for George Haas Jr., and it brings on Christian Duarte. And in his only at-bat so far today, he's recorded a double. Only player to do that besides Caden Meyer. Duarte, another nice hit towards left field. He might be able to get another double out of this one. And he will. 2 doubles on the day for Christian Duarte. He's another nice story to follow on Instagram as well. He's made several day-in-the-life videos, and he has professional aspirations in the sport. And the amount of work he puts into baseball here at Carthage is honorable, and definitely check out his stuff too on social media. He's a great asset to the Firebirds team. Herget showing bunt. Pulls away at the last possible second. He's trying to throw off the Sabres infield here. Duarte trying to get a head start to third. Herget misses. Just trying to find a way to get his teammate over to third base or bring him home. Herget, but it goes over to Ennis, who flips it over to Max Mullane, and that will end the bottom of the 8th. So Carthage nearly getting something going. Christian Duarte started a spark, but Zach Ennis put out the fire as he flipped it over to Max Mullane for another 5-3 putout, and now Carthage entering the top of the 9th. Just trying to hold the Sabres to 3 runs here, and they've got ideally one more chance on offense, barring any unforeseen circumstances. Dervin Delicato still out there for the Firebirds. And Delicato making his second appearance. Started in only 1 game so far this year, but he's making his second appearance as a relief pitcher this time around. He will look to assist the Firebirds defense in trying to hold Marian University to 9. Keeping that 3-run deficit that's going to be favorable for Carthage, as we know they can score more than 3 runs in an inning, as it was proven in the bottom of the 7th when they scored 5. So it is possible. They just need the right things to go their way.
The DH number 12, Connor Schrader.
Delicato's first pitch is a ball against Connor Schroeder. 3 for 3, 1 run, 3 RBI. Again, for Schroeder on the season, entering this contest, batting average of .286. Made his 11th start today. Dervin Delicato in danger of walking Connor Schroeder here. Here comes the pitch from Delicato down the middle for strike one, so he keeps it alive for now. Schroeder in this game has 3 hits. He had 10 entering, so he's got 13 on the season. Strike 2 for Delicato. Full count. As Schroeder has a quick discussion with the umpire. Delicato's pitch, low and away from the strike zone, and Connor Schroeder will jog his way to first.
Now batting for the Sabres, third baseman number 18, Zach Ennis.
Zach Ennis now up to bat.
Pinch running for the Sabres, number 1, Luke Buddy.
Luke Buddy will be the pinch runner for Connor Schroeder. For Zach Ennis on the day, 1 of 3, he was also involved in a few putouts in that bottom of the 8th for the Sabres in that third baseman position. He's done a lot on both ends today. AJ Gesa quickly retrieves the ball. As Dervin Delicato loses his cap. Puts it back on, gets reset. It's a 3-ball, no strike count here. Here comes the pitch. And it's another walk. This time, Zach Ennis. So you've got Zach Ennis at first base. You've got pinch runner Luke Buddy at second base. Now Max Mullane up to bat. Mullane 2 of 4 with 1 run today. No outs posted for the Sabres. And this is dangerous if you're Carthage because they can do whatever they want. Coach LeQuay calls for time. Carthage's defense will look to talk things over. Probably won't see a pitching change this soon, but all options really on the table for the Firebirds here as they know they're this close from turning the game in their favor. I mean, you get one double play here and you're basically still in this inning. And you basically prevent the Sabres from scoring 2 runs if you execute that double play well. So we'll see what happens here. It looks like Dervin Delicato will stay in there for the Firebirds. Reedy, Ossenfort, Meyer, and Duarte go back to the infield, and AJ Gesa goes back in his catcher position. So far for Delicato, he has thrown around 27 pitches, walked 2 straight batters, and has struck out 1. Mullane looking for another bunt, unable to pull it off. It's 3-ball, no strike count with Zach Ennis at first, Luke Buddy at second. Max Mullane trying to get a base on balls to load the bases up. Strike one, close. And Mullane takes the shot and gets over to first.
Left fielder number 39.
And bases are now loaded as Max Mullane has walked. So 3 straight walks committed by Durav and Delicato. So not the situation the Firebirds envisioned themselves being in at the top of the 9th when they know they have to just fight on here. And Coach LeQuay calls time, and we will more than likely now see the pitching change with the bases loaded and Delicato walking 3. Carthage sends in Ryan Koziak. ERA of 6.23 on the season, making his 6th appearance. He's pitched 4 innings, allowing no hits, 3 runs though, with 3 walks and 4 strikeouts. And a tough break from Durav and Delicato, who looked solid when he came in. In the top of the 8th, but in the top of the 9th, he kind of just lost his groove and walked 3 straight batters, that being Connor Schroeder, Zach Ennis, and Max Mullane, all 3 of them credited with walks. And inside of Sabres are chalking things over, and bases are loaded, all options on the table with no outs forced against you. So Sabres have all the tools needed to build a sustainable lead. Try to widen their margin back up. At one point in this contest, they were up by 7. Pinch hitter for Marian University, and they send in Keon Booker, the junior from Lake Walls, Florida. Lake Walls High School graduate Keon Booker is one to watch for sure. Booker on the season, batting average of 167. However, he has 2 home runs, which is tied for the most besides Jason Sims. So, assuming I'm reading the context clues correctly, it looks like the Sabres are sending in the big guns here for a bases loaded situation where you don't have any outs, and essentially they want to close this game right now. Keon Booker, swing and a miss. Last time Keon Booker recorded a home run was on March 25th against the MSOE Raiders, in which the Sabres lost that game 12-1 in 8 innings. That was game 2 of the doubleheader, and Keon Booker credited with the only run for the team. It was a solo home run. On April 7th, he's got a chance to hit something big here. Keon Booker towards the right side. Xander Tubbs, though, with the snag, but will score 1. That being number 1, Luke Buddy.
Now batting for the Sabres, center fielder number 25.
So a sacrifice fly for Keon Booker, scoring Luke Buddy. Tried to go for something bigger, but he will take the sacrifice fly for sure. Aiden Kahneman up to bat next, showing bunt, gets it off. Gesa trying to chase down Ennis. That's 2. And that was 3. They got Max Mullane out just in time. Wanted to make sure that was the case, and it was. And we are going to the bottom of the 9th. Carthage, 6 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. And here comes Michael Ozenfort against Wyatt Blaskowski.
For the Firebirds, number 17, Michael Ozenfort.
Michael Ozenfort, 1 of 3 with 1 run and 1 RBI. His first hit came in that bottom of the 7th. It is very valuable for the Firebirds. Looking to do some more here in the bottom of the 9th. As Carthage looks to either tie up the game or win it. Blaskowski delivers strike 1. Number 24, Ian Meyer in for Keon Booker at the left field spot. So a lot of changes happening at that left field spot for Marian University. Ian Myers, a freshman of Kimberly, Wisconsin. Blaskowski the pitch. Ozenfort. Is that one going to be caught? No, it'll be fouled. Thought maybe Jason Sims had an extra pep in his step there to catch that, but alas, Michael Ozenfort is still in the batter's box. Blaskowski, that one low and bobbled by Brody Nolan. Full count. Ozenfort towards left center. And that one is caught by Aiden Kahneman.
Not adding for the Firebirds, number 9, Dylan Stone.
So Kahneman with the fly out, and it brings on Dylan Stone. Dylan Stone gets a recorded hit today. It would be a nice time to get one in there. Carthage trying to come back to earn their first home win of the season. play 2 home games so far, one against North Park, one against North Central. This is their 3rd one, their first non-conference home game. Laskowski the pitch. Too violent for Brody Nolan to handle. Two ball, 2 strike count. Comes the pitch, Stone grounds it to second base. Gets flipped over to Max Mullane. It'll be a put out for the Sabres. Lucas Lemons connecting with Max Mullane for the 4-3 put out. And now the Sabres are just 1 out away from a potential victory. Laskowski delivers strike 1. Xander Tubbs fouls the second pitch. Xander Tubbs back against the wall. Let's that one go. Just got 1 run and 1 RBI on the day. Xander Tubbs fouls that towards right field. Two ball, 2 strike count between Wyatt Blaskowski and Xander Tubbs. Xander Tubbs to left field, gets a base hit. Sprinting his way to second, and he will. Double for Xander Tubbs. Now Marian University will look to talk things over quickly. New pitcher for the Sabres. Brings on number 31, Trent Forehand. Forehand making his 3rd appearance. He has pitched 1 inning and hasn't allowed a hit, a run, hasn't walked anybody, hasn't struck out anybody. So clean slate for Trent Forehand, who has not seen significant playing time. Relieving the duties of Wyatt Blaskowski. Marian University has their own version of the hefty lefty. So we'll see how that works out for them as we continue this bottom of the 9th, where Xander Tubbs just recorded a double. Joe Zuliger at bat for the Firebirds, and Joe Zuliger today 2 hits, 2 RBI. And the 2 RBI single in the bottom of the 7th to score Xander Tubbs, as well as Dylan Stone. Trent Forehand still warming up here. For Carthage, their next set of games is a doubleheader against Lakeland University here on Thursday, April 9th, pending weather. There may be rain in the area during that time. We're not sure, but always cautious of that. Then we'll have a Saturday single game between Carthage and Illinois Wesleyan, that being April 11th. Forehand looking at Tubbs. Here comes the pitch. In for strike one. Zuliger lets that one go, and he's been in a position where Carthage has had 2 outs, and he's gotten an RBI to go his way, so he's looking to do the same thing again. Forehand's pitch. It's a wild pitch. Nolan unable to collect it, and Xander Tubbs will move over to third base. It's a good scenario for Carthage. Joe Zuliger's just going to have a great hit here to score Xander Tubbs. Forehand's pitch. Hits Joe Zuliger, and Joe Zuliger will be at first base. So, wild pitch and a hit by a pitch. And the last set of pitches for Trent Forehand, and thought maybe somebody was going to take time to talk things over. I guess not.
Pitch running for the Firebirds, number 6, Landon Dykowski.
And Landon Dykowski is going to be pinch running for the Firebirds. And yet another new pitcher for Marian University, as Trent Forehand is quickly relieved of his duties after the wild pitch and hitting Joe Zuliger with a pitch. And Robert Plass will be pitching next for Marian University. Robert Plass, 2/3 innings pitched, allowing 1 hit, 3 runs, 1 strikeout, so not much playing time for one of Marian University's relief pitchers. Again, Landon Dykowski will be pinch running for Joe Zuliger. Joe Zuliger has taken a lot of punishment today, so I don't blame the Firebirds for having a pinch runner on deck for Joe Zuliger. He has been an absolute warrior today. So good on Coach LeQuay to recognize that and make sure a pinch runner is out there, especially one that has a lot of speed. As Landon Dykowski is 5'8", 160 in comparison to Joe Zuliger. He's 6 feet and 205 pounds, so Carthage aiming to have the speedster at first. That one goes low for Robert Plass for his first pitch. Working on Caden Meyer. Meyer's got Tubbs to his left at third. Trying to get a good hit. He gets it through to left center. Xander Tubbs scoring. RBI single for Caden Meyer. Number 10, AJ Gesa up to bat. Now Carthage down 3. Got 2 outs against them. Landon Dyke-Sadowski at second base. Jason thought about swinging there, but checks his swing. Caden Meyer at first as well. Jason checks his swing again, but strike 1. AJ Gesa, deep center, and it's caught by center fielder Aiden Kahneman. And that will do it, as they say in Wii Sports. That is the game. Marian University will come out on top 10-7 against the Carthage Firebirds. And what was almost a miraculous comeback for the Firebirds, cut short, though, by the Sabres' excellent outfielding ability. And really the main story of this one is Marian University stealing all those bases in the first couple innings and just getting success early with consistent hits and a lot of other things going their way as well. On the side of Carthage, would have liked to have this victory, especially would have been your first home victory. They dropped to 0-3 at home. They dropped to 7-15 overall on the season. Marian University improves to 8-12, and they will build on a winning streak now as they have 2 consecutive wins. A win against Edgewood on March 31st, and then a win today against the Firebirds at Augie Schmidt Field. So Carthage will look to regroup once again as they will have that doubleheader non-conference against Lakeland on Thursday, April 9th, pending weather. And then they'll be here on Saturday, April 11th as well for a single game against Illinois Wesleyan. There is the final score line for everybody. And upcoming broadcast again for Carthage Athletics. All of these can be seen on the CCIW network powered by Huddle. Tomorrow we have women's lacrosse versus Chicago. For executive producer Mike Love, producer John Voitovich, director Morgan Garst, graphics Morgan Garst, camera Ray Rowan. This program has been a presentation of Firebirds Broadcast Productions in Carthage College. I have been Andrew Czysz Jr. and one last time signing out. We will see you back on Thursday, pending weather for Lakeland, and we will see you on Saturday, April 11th for Illinois Wesleyan. Have a great night, everybody.